Hi, my name is John Garfield. This week is March 29th, 2015, and I want to talk to you about authenticity. It's an important value in our culture, and it's surprisingly easy to tell when people are being real and genuine. You don't have to be prophetic or even a Christian to discern authenticity in people. It's a huge value in every culture. The most common and credible criticism of religion is that it causes people to pretend to be something that they're not. Jesus is the real root of being comfortable with who we really are. The experience of being forgiven and loved changes everything. We are freed from the games played to earn acceptance in a group. There is something higher than peer pressure to shape our identity. Corporate culture can be as bad or worse than religious culture when it comes to shallow people masking their real intentions in order to fit into the company mold and protect their position. Those who are authentically in touch with their own hearts and God's heart are like a breath of fresh air. Here's a few of the earmarks of connected people. First one is transparency. Authentic people know their own strengths and weaknesses. They rely on others to complement their weak areas and think of it as a normal part of being on a team. Their willingness to praise the talents and value of other people is sincere and it's motivating. They communicate the same acceptance and love that they have experienced with Jesus, and they don't fake their feelings. They are free to lovingly and politely express what everyone in the room is afraid to say. In other words, they have courage out of that identity. Second one is metron, which comes from the word measure in Romans 12. It means our personal measure of faith or fear of influence. Connected people understand their own calling and direction. They focus on personal purpose, and that's what gives them direction. They're fulfilled and excited about their role in the kingdom and the world. Their perspective is to value other people for the very same reason. They're prone to be, their perspective is to value other people who cover all those other bases. Their connection with their hearts is an experience that allows them to help others connect with their hearts, even though it's usually in a totally different area. Their leadership style helps others to become themselves instead of becoming a follower. Authenticity is promoting others. Releasing instead of controlling. It's a totally different style of leadership. It feels more like love to have another person welcome you into your own heart's desires, as opposed to me mandating you to fulfill my initiative or my dream or my heart's desires. Let's talk about intuition. It's another one of the byproducts of authenticity. Connected people are free to trust the instincts in their own hearts. They are prone to be originals instead of copies. Creativity comes very naturally through dreaming about the desires of our own hearts. Even in the role of working for others, authentic people carve out responsibilities they can call their own. This ownership gives rise to productivity and quality in the work and in their level of innovation. These are the folks that invent new things, come up with better ways of working and better results. Last thing is experiences. Authentic people have their own experience with Jesus' acceptance and their own experience connecting with the desire of their own heart and God's heart. Their basis for relationships are on a heart level, and they tend to pull on the desires that God has written on the hearts of those whom they touch. They are not pulled into judging intellectual or theological differences. Their focus is on experiences of the heart, and they connect past experiences with present behavior and future expectations without needing to resolve intellectual excuses, rationalizations, and theologies. They understand that mind follows heart, and they simply focus on experiences of the heart as a basis for knowing and loving people. Here's what I've learned recently. When we understand kingdom and the idea of 7 mountains, we find people who are already operating in those mountains who may not even be Christians yet. And if we can see those mountains and see what God is doing in a larger perspective, it allows us to connect with those people and share experiences of actually changing the world with those same people. And they may be into other religions or New Age or whatever. Um, we have to be able to work with them and trust God to touch their hearts and develop that relationship. And we're the ones that it usually happens through if we're not busy judging their theologies and beliefs, but just working with them to build the kingdom. Because what God has written in their hearts doesn't have to wait until they become Christians to act on. They're often acting on it right now. So, would you like to be more authentic? Taking off the mask we use to prove our self-worth is a trade. We're giving up an image of ourselves for the real thing. When we connect with that purpose that God has written on our hearts, we can relax and simply be ourselves. We are each designed by God with our kingdom assignment in mind. In other words, that's how He made us. We're designed to both fellowship with and to work with our Father. He's not looking for obedience as much as cooperation from an enthusiastic heart. It's not an enthusiasm that we can manufacture. Our hearts have to see the value and the role of our calling in the context of kingdom purpose. We really are here to change the world and make it a better place. That's our job as Christians. Our individual contribution really is exciting. It really is important. And you play a huge role in what God wants to do. Choose it. You're invited to a party. Have a great week.